We are
now in session.
Welcome back, guys. We have another great session today. Today we're going to be talking about toxic masculinity and toxic femininity. Before we start, though, we want to thank all our listeners, all our subscribers, all our followers on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Spotify. You guys have been very outstanding, showing us love and
very
support.
Supportive,
Man. Yeah, very supportive. We hear all the love. We're listening to all the people engaging with us. Today, one of our follower suggested this topic, so we're actually going to do it. We're going to talk about this, and kind of go through, talk about masculinity and femininity, and then this toxic masculinity that in our culture and stuff.
In our loud culture, man.
We're going to talk about any topic that you guys want us to talk about. We're not worried about controversies and all of that stuff. So if you guys want somebody to talk about it and, share our opinions on it.
Opinion on it.
Right. So we're here for that.
We're just three loud guys just talking shit.
We're
here for
That's
it all.
It is. We're here for it all. We ain't gonna run.
Shout out to Shadi. Shadi, I forgot her following name, but
Shadi 916.
Shadi 916. She suggested this conversation in especially toxic femininity in the Lao culture. Wow. So it's definitely going to be interesting as we try to dissect this conversation.
Before we even go into that, because we talked about masculine and feminine energy before.
Before.
But let's touch on that a little bit before. So that way we could know what's the difference between, regular masculine energy, regular feminine energy versus toxic ones.
Yeah. Just for our audience to know, kind of to be a guide too, if someone doesn't understand, the meanings of all this and what is really meaning. What does actually it mean, Charles? Toxic.
Well, if you want good definition, Toby's the one who talk about it. I know about it.
You and Toby are really good at this subject.
So I know about it, but if you guys want to know definitions, Toby's the one for it.
It's not toxic, in our culture, the Buddhist culture. We don't believe in evil or anything like that, right? We believe in it's malign, but like evil or bad, we believe in the yin and yang, right? Taoist, right? And that's where that really the not toxic, but the masculine and feminine energy comes in. And it's two sides of the same coin, duality.
I always thought there is evils and all that stuff, but it had to exist for good to exist.
But that's the but the yin and yang is not good or evil. It's neutral. But us as a culture kind of put it as good and evil.
Yeah, because it's opinions.
Bad and bad, right?
Yeah.
It's the opposite, right?
Yeah, so killing people would consider that bad. But killing your enemies or bad people is not bad.
Yeah, and that's why there's really no evil. It's people's interpretation of it, you know. But really, it comes down to the yin yang, the duality of everything. And Taoists, they believe that that's what create and is the basis of all living things on earth. So whatever you do in life will always have these essence inside of it, and it always switches, it always moves, it's fluid, it's not static.
So which one's masculine energy, yin or yang?
Masculine energy would be yang energy. So yang energy would be light, right? They look at it as light, and they look at it as structure, as order, right? They look at it as rules. They look at it as power. Those are all masculine traits. Yin energy is feminine energy, right? These are more with the dark side, like chaos, with more like emotion, with more movement, right? They're looking at movement. So if you look at it in the term of masculine, feminine energy, or men and women, they carry these specific traits, and it doesn't change. Masculine energy, we're about power, we're about order, we're about war, right? And we're about structure, and you see it in everything, in every guy. Same thing with feminine energy, we see chaos, right? And that's their emotion. We see fluidity, right? They're always changing, up and down, up and down. They're never structured like men, and they're more in the spirit realm, so that's the yin energy.
We talk about toxic feminine energy in the Lao culture. What does that look like?
Toxic feminine energy?
Yeah.
I think, when there's really no term. Like to me, when I was studying and reading these things, like I don't think it's toxic. I think it's unhealed.
Unhealed. Ooh, that's a good word.
You know what I mean?
I like that word.
I don't know about that, man.
Unhealed.
Yeah, unhealed.
Why? What do you mean, Charles?
Well, let's till we finish.
Okay, yeah.
But unhealed meaning you're not one with your energy. So if you're a masculine, right? You carry more masculine. As men, we carry more masculine and feminine energy. But we do have feminine energy.
Of course.
Same thing with women. They carry more feminine energy, but they do have masculine energy.
Oh yeah.
And what it is when you're not one or the same with your energy, you become chaotic, right? You become more not contained with the energy, and the yin will take over. So that's when guys that are not healed, they become more chaotic. They become more like indecisive. Those are all feminine energy, more yin energy.
Yeah. So to me, the toxic feminine energy will be more of manipulations, where they use crying or their sexuality to start wars or get things that they want.
But I think that's a little bit different, because manipulation, I think, is innate in everyone, men and women, right?
Well,
that's natural.
Because we have feminine and masculine energy in everyone.
but I think it's human nature to be manipulative, right? But manipulative is more like a dirty word, right? Like we don't want to hear that. You're manipulative, right? But when we hear that, oh, this guy, he's controlling is another word, right? For manipulative.
Yeah.
But when this guy's strategic, now that's different.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's how you label the energy. But either way you talk about it, women, they have to be manipulative in order to compete with the power of men, right? Men were about power. But in order to take their power and control back, women have to be manipulative and kind of control, level the playing field, so to say, right?
So, talking about that, so when men are in control and then they have a woman controlling them, who's really in control?
That's what they say, right? They say women are the actual one in control of things. Right?
Yeah.
It's not the men. The men, we're believed to think we're in control.
Because to me, the men are controlling in the sense of the physical aspect of it.
Right.
Yeah, so, but then if they have a woman that's able to control their mind, then the women's are the one really in control.
That's why there's that saying, right? They say behind every good king is a good queen.
Yes.
There's a reason why there's that saying, because the queen is behind it all. But the women, in our society, we live in a society where that thing is frowned upon, right? We think of women as, oh, they're very good, very, submissive.
Yeah.
Hell no, man, they're ruthless. Ruthless, man. And that's the reality of it, and
They're definitely ruthless, man. And I've seen it.
I've seen it too.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
It's funny. I see it even in some of even our Lao culture.
Yeah.
I've seen it where women could be the total opposite and have that toxic feminine energy in that relationship, man. And even when I think about women in higher power too.
Yeah.
You see that often.
Yep.
I could think about 4 or 5 different women right now in my head that are that way, man. That's crazy.
But for me, my thinking is it's always from that yin yang. So everything that I see, if you understand that, it will explain a lot of the world. So everything exists in it.
And then let's go to the toxic masculine energy, the one that they ask for. So what is toxic masculine energy to you guys?
To me,
yeah.
Like I said, I think it's unhealed, not controlled. The energy isn't controlled, and you're kind of letting it go, and you're allowing the energy to overtake you without controlling it. I think that would be toxic. Whether it's femininity or masculinity, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of manipulation in there, a lot of aggressiveness, the uncontrolled part that kind of Toby mentioned, that definitely highlights some of that stuff that goes with that too. I could think about my dad. He was that way in a sense, man. Growing up, my mom was very, very, very passive, very, that feminine energy. But my dad, if he showed it in a way where if he didn't have a certain meal at a certain time, the day that they ate, I remember this, man, the day that they
structure.
ate. Yeah. Yeah. We know what dad would do with the grain of rice. He would jail, right? he would hit it. We're over here looking like, dude, everybody's just eating.
Yeah.
But that was him way of telling my mom, shit needs to be manipulating her to say, hey, next time this ain't gonna happen. Mm-hmm. You better make sure this shit's on time. Yeah. That's basically what we do. Or my dad said, this food fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Wow. I fucking worked hella hard. I'm hitting the rice like this and I'm eating it to show you.
But wouldn't that be like more passive aggressiveness?
Yeah, that is passive aggressive.
You know what I mean? Like he's not being aggressive, but he's passively letting her know.
Yeah, you could say that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could say that.
I don't like this right here.
I don't like this
Instead of saying, because that would be considered toxic, like the unhealed, right? Because if me and you, hey man, I don't like this, I'd be like, hey babe, I don't like it like this.
Yeah.
No, this is what I would want. You would speak your mind.
Right, sure.
In letting them know, right?
See, to me, like the masculine energy, the toxic ones, is going to be more of like they need control, but they don't know how to control it. So they try to, project power by being super aggressive over things that don't need to be as aggressive.
Can you give an example of that?
Kind of like if you're talking about your dad, like, like if he would have just wanted food at a certain time or whatever, and then he comes in, and instead of saying, hey, why is the food not here? Like, like I expect the food to be here, using verbal communication versus him just flipping the plates or, throwing a big tantrum saying, hey, woman, I need my food here right now. And like 6 o'clock, this is the time I eat. And just going off on everybody and showing like dominance.
Let me go back to that story because the whole root of it was that my mom was playing card next door. Mm-hmm. And the time that she would have been at home cooking that meal for my dad, he would have been mad. He was mad because you wasted money and you wasted time, and now we got some sorry ass jail. So now I'm gonna show you how sorry it is when I'm hitting this, right? Man, what the crap is this?
See, but then like that's where being passive aggressive.
Yeah.
So it's not really being a toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity is for me is like.
Well, that led to a fight.
But that's the characteristic of femininity.
Yeah,
right.
So that'd be more of the toxic femininity.
Toxic femininity.
Because when I
verbalize it.
Yeah, because in yin yang, right, every feminine energy has to have a little bit of masculine energy, and every masculine energy has to have a little bit of feminine energy. So that's the label that everybody knows, but really is yin yang. That's the.
So this would be more of a toxic masculinity, where like you tell your kids to do something and they don't listen to you, and they're not doing exactly what you're telling them, and you start beating them because you want them
You're trying to have order.
You try to have order, and you. Trying to show them like I'm dominant.
Yeah.
So you need to listen to me. Yes. Exactly. Don't question me. Don't ask me why.
Yeah.
And that's why like this society now is like, don't just tell your kids what to do. Like explain to them why you're doing it. So that way they can understand and like, process why you're telling them, look both ways before you cross the street.
Yeah.
Instead of like, you see them running across the street and you start beating them because you worry about their life, but then you don't know how to teach them. And then you're just using your strength or your dominance and trying to get them to submit to you.
Yeah, yang energy is dominant.
Yeah.
They compare it to the moon and the sun, right?
Oh, damn.
I'm going to compare it like this. So you need each other, right? Because the sun cannot be the moon and the moon cannot be the sun. And so what happened is when they're behind, they're trying to be with each other, they have an eclipse and the world doesn't work. And so these energies have to learn how to work with each other. You cannot be one or the other. You have to pick a side, basically.
Do you see toxic masculinity we're talking about right now?
Yeah.
In your group of friends?
Sometimes.
I don't, to me, I don't consider them toxic, right? Like me, I see it as masculine and feminine.
Yeah.
Right? So when I see like guys like being aggressive or a guy trying to show dominance, you're in your group, of course you're gonna have this dynamic where you're like, fuck man, who's gonna be the alpha one in this one, right? And you see it all the time, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Well guys, let's arm wrestle. Why the fuck are we arm wrestling for?
Yeah.
Right? Well fuck, I wanna see who's stronger, right?
Yeah.
That's fucking masculine energy right there, trying to see who's stronger.
To me, there is toxic masculinity in the sense that there's a spectrum. Yeah. So like if you go far on the top extreme part, that's when you become toxic. And same thing with the feminine, if you go the opposite way, is toxic. It's kind of like politics, far right is crazy.
Yeah.
And then the far left is also crazy. So to me, like the left is more of the feminine energy.
Yeah.
The right is more of the masculine energy because the right believe in structure.
But that's not toxic, though.
No, it's not toxic. But then, like, if you go too far on the other end,
I'm about to argue with Charles.
dude, let's argue. But like,
I would love to see this.
To me, like, if you go all the way to the other end and then, like, dismiss the other energy, because you always have to have a balance of masculine and feminine energy.
The other energy.
So when you dismiss the feminine energy or dismiss the masculine energy, to me, that's when it becomes toxic. When he's not like balanced enough.
Sorry, I mean cut you off, Toby. When Toby said unheal, why did you shake your head on that one?
Because I don't know what unheal means.
Unhealed meaning like you're not in control of that energy, right? So let's say violence, right?
Yes.
Violence is needed in order to have order.
Yep.
And violence not needed, because if you cannot have control over the violence in order to have order, if you come over to the dark side and you have violence, then that's when you're going around and you're just fucking shit up for no reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's when it's like, okay, well, there's a time where you're disciplined enough to where, okay, when do I use this violence for good versus when do I use it for no random reason because it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
You know?
The reason I don't think unhealed is because, like, there are people that are unhealed and don't know how to, express themselves the right way. But then there's some people that, they understand how to express themselves. But then once in a while we do lose control of ourselves with anger or whatnot, And then, so are they not unhealed at that moment? Or is this just like, a one-off?
But that's control. They're not in control at that moment.
So they're just unhealed at that moment.
I don't think it's unhealed because I think when it comes to humans, we're human, right? Like we can't be robots where we're like, oh shit, we're totally in control. We will never be in total control. But if we recognize, oh man, I fucked up, right? Like most guys, I think when it becomes toxic when you don't recognize you fucked up.
Yeah. So, and to me, like, that's why, like, I don't know if it's unhealed because sometimes you do things, when you can't control your emotions. Like, even the best of us, we're not going to always be in control of our emotions. And there's going to be a time where, like, you get super mad and either you go toxic masculine, toxic feminine, whichever one helps you control the situations or help get you to where you wanted to be. So for me, like, a lot of time with toxic masculinity in our culture is because they are unhealed. But then there's going to be some time where people go out and then they just, like, let's say, you see your kids run across the street and, like, they almost die. And right at that moment,
so if you yell at your kid, that's toxic?
If you beat your kid.
I whoop my son's ass.
No, I'm not talking about, like, not disciplining. I'm talking about beating them.
Oh, so there's a line.
Yes. So
there's a line, right?
So, like, I mean, discipline.
That's
like,
the control.
Yeah, that's control.
What I'm talking about. That's
but then, like, what happens if you lose control and, like, you're so emotional?
But if you lose control, then that comes down to you not being able to understand where you're at.
Yeah.
You think you have control.
No, this is completely out of control. That's when it becomes toxic.
You don't have control. You're still unhealed. When you're healed, you understand. You're intentional.
Yeah, but you're just unhealed at that moment because that moment is what triggers your emotion and you lose control. So
I'm hearing the unhealed.
Yeah.
You haven't found space to control that emotion.
Yeah.
And you're saying that when they going berserk, beating a kid, he's very toxic.
Yeah, because to me, like, some people are just unhealed, like Toby said.
Right.
And they always go straight to toxic to try to control it. But there are some people that are unhealed.
But if Toby's saying that's unhealed. When you about to beat your kid to the max, you unhealed because you haven't learned that side of it yet.
So basically, at that moment, you became damaged, and then you're unhealed at that moment.
You're damaged.
Yeah, you're damaged.
You're damaged.
That's a good word. Is you're still damaged.
Yeah,
that's a good word. Like, you're still damaged.
Yeah, because it's kind of like PTSD.
Yeah, right? yeah. Trauma.
You're still damaged.
Yeah, because you're so afraid that your kid was gonna die, and then the only way you want them. Because you figure word's not going to cut it at this moment. So you just beat them into submission.
Yeah.
That's still masculine energy,
Yeah,
right?
that's definitely toxic masculine energy.
Yeah.
And in our culture, that happens a lot where they have domestic abuse.
So if you beat another guy where you lose control,
that's toxic.
That's still toxic?
Yes, toxic. It is.
If the guy's trying to hurt your family and you beat that guy senseless where you lose control, is that still toxic?
Yes.
Where you're trying to save him and stuff?
No,
that's still considered toxic?
Well,
no, I don't think that's toxic.
No, to me,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't think that's
okay, like
toxic at all.
you're saying,
to me, it is toxic.
How?
So it's still toxic.
You defending?
You're trying to defend your family. Like this guy is trying to rape your daughter, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And you lose it, and you're like, what the fuck? You're trying to protect him, and you're fucking beating the shit out of him.
So to me,
is that toxic?
That is toxic, but it's justified. To me, it's justified.
It's justification for it.
Yeah.
So what if, right? I'm saying that if it's toxic masculinity, the guy lose control and beat somebody. If he was a cop, and he beat somebody senseless, and he felt like because he felt he wasn't safe, is that still considered justified?
It's all about control. If you lose control,
that's what I was saying.
No. Because you're talking about one thing is like when somebody,
but it triggered him.
Yeah.
You said because it's triggered.
But you
right?
said at the same time, like, because he felt like he wasn't safe.
And that's what I was saying.
But then, like, to me, if you know that you feel like you're still unsafe, then it's not really toxic. But when you not even think about being safe anymore, when you feel like you're safe, but you still want to continue to beat him, now it's toxic. So it comes down to control, basically. Yeah.
You can still beat the guy. You can still beat your kid. But the line that crosses it from it to being dark, because there's light masculinity where you're in control, and then there's dark masculinity where you lose control, and that's where the chaos come in.
Well, it's also like justification too. So like, if my kid spilled,
but he was justifying beating that guy.
Yeah.
Right. So it shouldn't be toxic, right?
Well, because we have law and order. So to me, like if you
wearing the uniform, the cop.
Yeah.
Give you an example. The cop.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
He beat. Well, no. What was the question?
What's that guy that got beat?
Yeah.
What's that black dude that got beat?
Floyd.
Yeah, Floyd. Yeah.
Not
Floyd Mayweather.
George Floyd. Yeah. He had no weapon. No nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Guy got uniform. Got 3 guns. Right. 3 different officer. Mm-hmm. What is that situation then?
That's toxic masculinity to me.
But he said he felt threatened.
He felt threatened.
Yeah, he said he felt threatened for his safety. He felt all that stuff. So was he lying?
Was he justified?
Was he justified in doing what he did?
To me, I still think it's toxic masculinity because you could feel. I don't know how he feel at that moment because I'm not there. I'm not him.
Let's just say he felt threatened, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say he felt unsafe, right? Does that justify him?
So at what point do you feel like the threat has stopped? Until he died?
To me is if I was to hurt somebody or stop somebody, right? I would hurt him to a point where he cannot come after me anymore.
Yes.
Right? That dude was handcuffed.
Yeah.
But if I was beating someone or fighting, if it has to get to that far, it will get to that far.
Well, yeah. See, to me,
you know what I mean?
That means it's not toxic. But then when you have 3 guys, like you said, pinned down, handcuffed, and you continue hitting him, and you said that you felt unsafe, at what point is it you feel unsafe?
I don't think that's more of an ego thing now, right? It's more like, oh shit, I'm gonna teach him a lesson now.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's toxic masculinity.
I don't think that's toxic masculinity because masculinity is just violence, right? That's just what it is. Well, whether your perception of it being right or wrong, that's going to be up to everybody's different views on things, different lenses.
Yeah. I think you and Toby and Charles have 2 definitions of what this means.
Because to me, like, masculinity is, like he says, violence and all that stuff. But then with the ego is throwing it in, and now he's mixing it up, and then he's using his, violence to overdo it. It's when you overdo things, like if your wife come home and she didn't have you come home and your food is not done yet, and then you get mad and you start beating her up. That's toxic masculinity.
So let's do that other scenario that Toby said, like you are beating up this guy. You came home, your daughter gets beat up in front of your house. You run out of the house and you're like, oh shit, your first reaction, you're gonna fight back to save your daughter.
Yeah.
What is that situation that you're beating the other guy and you're knocking him out because he touched your daughter?
So to me, like,
that's still toxic?
At a certain point, it becomes toxic, but then I don't give a shit at that point. So like for me, if I'm beating him up and, like, let me just say my emotion, my rage just took over and I just beat him up.
Yeah.
But now, like, if I just know, like, I beat him up.
That comes down to feminine energy then, because that's chaos.
Yeah.
So when you cross over to chaos, is that when it becomes toxic?
I would, yeah. I mean, kind of.
right? You know
because
what I mean?
it is chaos because my emotion took over.
Yeah, because if your emotion took over and you're no longer in control, because that's when that yin energy takes over, where it's just pure chaos now, and it's just bum, bum, bum. That's when it becomes toxic in that term.
Well, I mean, damn, that's good because like you're doing violence, you don't
even feel the hit anymore.
Yeah.
You're hitting so hard that you don't even you're not even feeling your bone is sticking out and you're still hitting. That's chaos.
Maybe you're like extreme toxic on both ends.
Both ends. Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You could be.
Yeah, because like with toxic masculinity, like sometimes they're not completely overrun by their emotions. Like they feel like they need to.
I think what they're saying, toxic masculinity, is actually feminine energy. Because feminine energy is destruction. It is chaos. It is uncontrolled. It is pure, like dark energy. That's what feminine energy is.
What happened like
dark energy? I like that word, dark energy.
So what about like these guys that say they go to the gym, they're muscular, and they want to see like small skinny guy being smart mouthed with them, and they can't argue back intellectually, so they, bully them like physically. Is that masculine or feminine? Because they can't, use words no more.
I think that comes down to the feminine energy. And then after that, when they get into the physical confrontation, it becomes masculine energy from that at that point. So because they're trying to use that energy where it's more chaotic, and then boom, now they're trying to establish order. Who's on top?
So what you're saying is they use toxic feminine energy, but use.
I don't think it's toxic because
so they use feminine energy, because they use it in the chaos, but then they're using the violence on the masculine energy to try to bring the order back.
Yeah. So it's like the world, right? Like they say, our universe started with the Big Bang, right?
Yeah.
So in order to create anything, something has to be destroyed.
Yeah.
And that's that feminine energy. Feminine energy gonna come and destroy shit. Fuck
so
shit
after
up.
he beat up the guy at the gym, the little small guy, the big guy feels better. He has order.
Yeah, he has order.
Because that little guy ain't going to be saying shit to him no more.
Yeah. Okay. That's order.
Okay, that's
Would that
order.
be considered
Order,
toxic?
structure.
Would that be considered toxic masculine energy?
Well, I don't, because the label that they put on this toxic and all that stuff, I think it's just two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
It's not any different. Because you do have feminine energy that is just pure chaos. It's just destruction. And you see it portrayed in movies and stuff. So that's a big thing. It's just destruction.
So, because we've been saying a lot of, kind of negative things about the feminine energy with chaos,
but
emotion.
That is the.
But there's also good thing to feminine energy too.
Right.
So what are those? Because I don't want people like, hey, you guys are saying good thing about masculine energy and nothing about positive about feminine energy.
Well, feminine energy is more nurturing, more creation, right? So you have to have destruction in order to have creation.
Yep.
And that's the feminine energy. That's their power, and the women, that's what they're bestowed, right? That's their responsibility, from doing all these things. And I think that, we're getting it mixed up.
Yeah.
And the energies has to be respected, because if you don't respect it, you can get fucked up.
Yeah.
No, in the lines of social media, this kind of all blends in together.
Yeah.
I used to like stuff on my social media, right? And my spouse sees that I like a post. What type of energy is she having towards me when she's really upset about this? That's really feminine.
Yeah,
actually.
that's feminine
It's
energy.
real feminine.
Yeah.
But have you guys ever dealt with that?
Wait, is it feminine or masculine? Because
she's really mad. Yeah, she can't control me.
Yeah.
Because I keep doing it.
So is it is that masculine energy because she wants her man a certain way, not liking other girls' posts. So she's mad because she don't have control of you.
Yeah.
So that's a masculine energy.
That's that little portion, right, that she wants, and she's gonna create destruction to get you in line.
Wow.
Yes.
Ladies, do you get upset when your man likes other posts or comment on other women's posts? Maybe
So, I don't know, man. So like to me, liking a picture,
that is toxic.
Liking a
man.
picture is okay, but when you go comment, that's an extra step.
Oh,
You actually got to think about it.
Yeah,
Huh?
it's kind of like when you see a girl, you look at her like admire her, and then versus you going up and telling her, hey, you look good.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, depending on how you do it. I mean, if you know the person and you just like, hey, you look great today.
What about as a stranger?
Yeah, it was just a stranger.
You said, hey, you look good today.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but then like, why for women? Like, why would you need to? Like, just the same thing with your girls. Like, if the girl just go, oh man, let me go tell the stranger.
Because he's LL Cool Lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wasn't licking my lips at the time.
No, but I'm saying like, what about your?
Not the upper lip. If it's a lower lip, it's different.
Yeah, it's different.
Hey, you stuck on a little lip a little bit.
What LL Cool Lucky ain't coming out. No.
Hey, what about your girl did this to you? She go, babe, just hold on. I need to go tell this guy he's looking fine right now.
But they wouldn't do that.
They wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but how would you feel?
If she did that,
Yeah,
I'd be fine with it.
yeah. I don't know.
I would be fine with it because it's free will. She could do whatever she want to do. Like, I can't control her.
No,
in that
I'm not
way,
saying
you, know
you
what I
can't
mean?
control it. I'm just saying, how would you feel though?
I
You
would
wouldn't
be-
like it.
But you see, I think it's different for me because I'm at peace with myself.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And who I am. Right. Like, you know, my wife, my girl doesn't define who I am. So if she wants to do that, that's okay. You know, like she's not going to go and sleep with him.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if she's going to go, whatever. Okay, cool. If she's an extrovert, I can't stop her and say, hey, you know what? You can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's who she is as a person. In order for her to be happy, that's what she, you know, not just that specific incident, but it's a whole. You know what I mean?
So to me, like, okay, certain ways. If she knows the person and the person came in and said, oh man, you look great today, or you look good today, whatever. But then she's just gonna go, you know what? I want to just go tell this guy specifically
Yeah.
that he looks good.
Damn.
It's a little
But
different.
I don't think it's intentional, right? I think it's more like in passing. It's more like, oh shit, this guy look good. Hey, you look good today,
See,
right?
in passing like
Now,
that,
if you're there
I
and
think
you're
Charles
walking
is
all the
saying
way
yes.
across,
yeah, that's
Charles
what I'm
is
talking
saying-
about.
says-
okay,
She
well, you
went-
need to explain better, Charles.
You
Charles
should
said-
listen better. Like, what the
Talking
hell?
about listening again.
Yeah, we're talking
Charles,
about listening again.
Charles basically saying he went from the fish sauce aisles. She went from the fish sauce aisle all the way to the banh mi aisle over there.
Yes.
To tell him that you're a good looking man. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different. That's
different.
intentional now.
Yeah, that's intentional.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same thing with that.
Now, if she's in the fish sauce aisle and he's in the fish sauce aisle, then all right, cool.
Yeah,
you know.
cool. Oh, well, he's good looking, handsome guy. My wife says sometimes, honey, he's a good looking.
yeah,
like
but that's
you
to
said.
you though. That's to you. That's different. I'm talking about going up to the guy.
Oh yeah. That's out of the boundary a little bit.
Yeah. No, because like you said, like if my wife just go, oh man, that's a good looking guy. I look at him thinking like, oh, you're right, he's a good looking guy. But if she decided to go from the fish sauce aisle and made an effort to go to the detergent aisle,
You know, to me, I see it a little bit different, right? If I see a girl do this, and in my mind, I know women are intentional with what they do. They know what they're doing.
yeah,
And if she's doing that, she's probably trying to send you a message in a way like, hey, this guy looking good. Why are you looking like that? That's me. I'm thinking about, okay, well, why did she do it? There's a reason why she did that.
okay,
You know, it's not that because she probably think he's cute or this and
She
that.
want you to be that.
She wants you to be that. She's trying to give you a little hint, and you're probably like, yeah, he handsome, and then you're just clueless about what's going on.
You pissed off too.
Yeah, you pissed off too because she knows, because she's destruction and chaos. She's creating this thing to see how you react if you're going to bring order to this thing.
okay. So
That's to me.
Yeah. And when I'm gonna let you go first because I can remember what I'm gonna say.
No, I was just gonna say, is it okay to like other people's profile, especially other women?
Yeah, liking, I don't care.
Okay.
That's what. But if you go in and start talking, have a conversation. I mean, if you could just like throw emojis like heart, fire, or like damn, whatever. But then like if you carry on a whole conversation to me, like, hey, you going a little too far.
Man, I don't know. The women may see something different on this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Women, are you okay with your man liking another woman's post? Comment and let us know about that, because that's a great conversation that we'd like to hear from you guys.
I don't know. Are you guys okay with just liking or commenting? Which one's worse? To me,
Yeah, commenting or just liking.
yeah.
What if I friend her or follow her?
Yeah, dude.
Is that like another step further?
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's another further step
You know
right
what I
there.
mean?
Oh, what about you still friends with your ex?
Oh,
And you still like their picture?
But,
but you know, why is it us?
Yeah, but y'all
what about
friends, though.
them?
I don't know.
Do they
You know,
do that? Do women?
yeah.
Do women?
I don't know. Do women's go
Comment?
out and
Do they
like-
get a pass?
Yeah. Do they like comment all these muscular guys on their TikTok that shows all the workout guys? Do you get mad if your spouse did that?
No, I don't care.
I don't care. I honestly don't care.
No, I don't care.
So then why do they care about me if I like another girl's picture?
Because you're LL Cool Lucky. That's
why is that? Why do women get upset?
Because Toby said girls or women do things intentionally.
Yeah.
So they assume
they
that
know
guys,
what they're doing.
So they assume guys do things intentionally.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I like her dress. I was telling my wife, hey man, maybe you could get that dress too. That's why I like to post, because I like to follow all the girls that wear the outfits.
Yeah. So or she'd be like, oh, so you like the girls with the BBL? You want me to get my ass fixed too? You prefer girls with fake tits? I don't know, man. Like you're going down a slippery slope.
No, I'm just saying, like, if she could like all this and I don't care, why would she care about what the hell I like?
But remember,
I think they think differently than us, right? I think it's more like, hey, this is my stuff. I don't want you straying, right? Because girls, like we said, right? Feminine energy is very manipulative, right? They have to even the power in that way. And so when they're domesticating us men, right? They use their resources like nagging, right? Like putting us down, right? That's a way, that's behavioral modification, right? They're trying to modify you to act a certain way. Be a certain way.
Damn.
So
and I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, you feel uncomfortable, but you still do it. That's why women are in power. What the fuck?
Yeah, and I'm like this, dude. Man, I'm gonna like it. I think it looks good.
Now, what happened is when you take that power away from them, that's when they get mad.
Yep.
Because they don't have control over you anymore.
So, but then all comes down to confidence too. Because we're confident in ourselves. That's why we're not worried about our wife or girls.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean your girl ain't going to try to control you.
I know, but then there's guys out there that they're not confident in themselves or their relationship. And if their girl's looking at guys or talking to a guy, because there are some guys in our culture that like, hey, why are you talking to that man right there? I know, like, because that's why they have.
It can't even be friends. I even see friends.
Yeah. Because, like, you know how, like, there's guys' tables and then there's girls' tables in some culture. Yeah. And the girls aren't allowed to talk to, like I said, my wife can't talk to you, even though we're all friends. Like, that's like some, I don't know.
Have you ever been in a weird situation like that? You're at an event. The girl comes sits next to you and the guys and have a conversation, and the spouse is on somewhere else with the other guy. There's like 3 different groups. And you're like, what the crap?
No, I talk to him.
I talk to him.
I don't have any issue with that.
I've seen that before, and then this other guy gets jealous.
Oh, I see.
Because she's like, I'm just having a conversation with this guy. Aren't we all friends? Well, the guy was like, what the crap? Why are you over here? Why aren't you with the girls? I'm like, what the hell is this? This is a weird ass conversation, dude. We all just talking. There ain't nobody even touching nobody. Like, we're all in a circle. You know what I mean?
Because
they feel jealous.
They feel jealousy.
Yeah.
Why are you taking my wife's time? What is it that in this conversation?
Why are you sitting there talking?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing with him?
Exactly.
You're not supposed to have fun with him.
Yeah, you don't laugh.
When we go home, you don't laugh.
Exactly. You don't laugh at the jokes that I say in the car, but the jokes ain't funny. Oh man.
And vice versa too.
Vice versa.
Yeah, girls could see you talking to another girl.
Well, you're in a group with the girls.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, to me, that's.
Do the girls get upset? Yeah. I mean, we should have that ooh noise, right? Ding.
But
what were you talking about?
Yeah.
So.
What are you going to talk about before? You said you're going to remember. You said,
I talked about it already. I talked about it already.
Okay, you talked about that.
So that's what we're talking about right now. Is like the people that get jealous over their significant other talking to the opposite sex is because they're not confident in their relationship and themselves. Because they're too worried about losing that person.
Yeah.
When your confidence in yourself and knowing that, hey, my partner is like, lucky to have me and I have value to give him. Not versus,
so they have low self-esteem.
Yes. To me, like when you're mad for no reason is more about yourself than your partner.
Yes, I agree with that.
There's another one that came up to my mind, man, that sometimes I mess up on, and it don't mean intentional. It wasn't on purpose. I would go out, and I know a few women out there, right? And I forgot to introduce to my spouse. Just forgot because I'm in the conversation, whatever. I get home in the car. And then this another conversation. I'm like, dude, I'm the most innocent guy. Like, you were here with me, watching me. I honestly forgot. Do we get in trouble to the point where they're making these things out of mind? Oh, because you had history with her? Is that why you didn't want to introduce me to her?
Honestly, I've been in that situation before, right? And I just forgot the dude's name or the girl's name.
Yeah,
It's like so many people, right? And it's like, dude, okay, damn, what's his name? Like, you remember the faces, right?
Yeah.
So if you go up and you try to introduce your girl or your guy to him, and then you're like, oh yeah, this is, like, how that gonna make you look?
Right, how do you make it look? I try to say that sometimes, or just say I forget. Honestly, just forget.
I'm with Toby on that, and I'm horrible at introducing people.
Yeah.
Not just with my wife to the other person. Like, we could go somewhere, and then I just expect you guys to introduce yourself because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Like, if I go to places, like, I don't wait for
my
people
name
to
is
introduce.
Charles.
Yeah, I just
I go introduce myself to people.
So I just expect the person next to me to have that and ability to talk to the person I'm talking to.
So women, sometimes we don't do that on purpose. It's not on purpose. Like, or nor do we even
or
sometimes.
is it on purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like on the same token with Toby, like, I forget people's name.
I forget.
Yes.
I honestly
It's
forget,
just so
man.
many people. Like, like the guy you haven't seen in years, right? And then you
Yeah.
show up, hey, what's up? Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he forgot my name too.
Yep.
And
Like,
you know the fucked up part? They go, hey, Toby. And you're like, fuck.
What if it was a hot looking friend?
I ain't forgetting her name. No.
It's a hot looking friend.
There's no
You
hot looking
forgot.
friend.
There's no hot looking friend.
There's no
You're
hot
right.
looking friend.
But
if you
you
hot looking,
forgot.
you ain't my friend.
You
Can't be my friend.
You're an
Can't be my friend
opportunity.
if you hot.
You're an opportunity that hasn't got to you yet.
Yeah.
Friends can
Yeah.
guy, male and women be friends. Oh shit, you get that
If
opportunity.
you hot, I'm
Yeah.
thinking about sticking it in.
Sticking it in, man.
Don't blame me for being a guy.
Shot number 3, bring it over here.
Bring it over here.
Come on. But yeah, sometimes it's not intentional, women. Sometimes us guys, we forget, or sometimes we are just in the mood, the conversation, and we don't have time to introduce you at times. We will say hi, but don't grill us on it. I get grilled all the time, and I'm like, man, I'm the most innocent guy, dude. Went home together.
Yeah.
We're in the car together. We're going home together. Well, what's the difference?
Because we're at the moment, and like, sometimes I forget that they don't know each other.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just forget.
Yeah.
Like, if we go to a group setting, like, say,
I do it all the time.
Yeah, we go to a networking event.
Somebody Fest.
Yeah, Somebody Fest. And, I know this group of people.
Right.
I know this group of people.
Right.
I forgot that this group don't know each other.
Right.
So sometimes I just feel like, oh, shit, you guys don't know each other. Introduce yourself. Like, I don't go, hey, this is Lucky. Hey, this is Jesse. I just like, oh, you guys don't know each other?
What if you just
Introduce yourself.
make up the name? What if you just make up the name?
I don't make up names. I always...
Hey, babe, this is Chad. I'm not Chad. What's your name again, bro?
Zachary.
Zachary. Oh, I was close.
So I usually just say, hey, I don't address people by their name just because even though I know your name, sometimes it just slips my mind. Like, it might take me like 2 seconds or 5 seconds to remember it again.
See, here's the tip. If you call everybody bro,
Yeah.
call everybody sis, easy.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Cover everything.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's good.
Hey, what's going on? I just look at them.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, just talk.
But if you're like me and Charles, we're going to call you, hey, what's my name? Just to put him on the spot.
You forgot my name, didn't you?
Got my name, didn't you? Yeah, I did. My bad, bro. But you know what? The thing too is like, oh yeah, my bad. Like,
Oh, and then sometimes when I go to networking events, like, I'll take you with me. Like, I'll be like, hey, Toby, if I introduce you to somebody, ask them for their name because I forgot.
oh yeah, that's the way you curb that.
Like, hey, have you met my friend Toby? And then you go, hey, Toby. And then
But that's the
change name.
unspoken rule that we know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, what's up? I'm Toby. Oh yeah, I'm this and that. Hey, Charles, his name is Steve.
It's tag team. It's tag team right there.
Yeah.
So going back, man, like those are women pet peeves. Like they don't like that, man. Like liking somebody's or following or even glancing at their freaking Instagram. Like what other things do you guys feel that it's kind of like a question or irritated to you guys? That was one thing because I still do it to today. I'd be like, man, forget that. I'm liking this. I don't give a damn.
Oh, just I think
piss
it's
her
a
off.
Power play.
There you go. I'm liking
You know
this.
what I mean? I think it's a power play in the relationship where because you know what, I'm in control. You can't do that.
Yeah, because that person's not even in front of me.
Yeah. I don't even know who she is.
I don't know who she is.
I'm just liking it.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm a horn dog.
Nah, forget that. I'm like this. I
To
do
me,
this.
so I'm a lurker. I don't hit like on people.
You're a creeper?
You're a
Yes.
creeper. You're
Really?
You're a creeper.
Well, I don't just on everything. Like I don't just like look at girls
No,
and
I
not
wanna
liking
hear
them.
this. Yeah,
but for
yeah.
me, like if I'm just looking on Instagram, I'm just scrolling. Like I'm just looking. My first thought is not to like, oh, I like this thing. Let me hit a like button. Not until we started doing our own shit, we were asking people to like our stuff. Now I'm like, oh shit, let me help them out. Let me liking their stuff. But back then, like if I see your stuff, like, oh, cool, Suggy's birthday today, cool. And then I just keep on moving on.
There are times where our followers or whatever, they look at, I just hit like. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not doing anything. But there's times where my spouse feels that that's very disrespectful. It's it's degrading, and I'm like, really? You're gonna use all those words? I barely.
Wow.
Right?
I'm gonna put this scenario out there now.
Go for it.
You like all these Instagram pictures, right? Now, what if they were ugly girls?
No, I like ugly girls too.
No, what I'm saying though, would they get jealous and mad at you for liking ugly girls' pictures?
I don't think they see that though.
No, I don't think they see that.
Or they just see you liking another girl's picture.
Yeah, I think they see the thing that they get mad. The thing that don't get them mad, they don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
but
they see what they want to see.
Picture.
Yeah, but it's selective.
Someone else's
it's
pictures.
selective.
It's whatever makes them feel good.
Yeah, whatever makes them feel like that way.
Yeah.
Because even when I stroll too, and then my spouse was like, why is your page only has all, different women? I'm like, well, it's on a freaking page. It's technology. What do you want me to do? I'm just scrolling through it, man. I don't think it's disrespectful at all.
Just start liking like those gym bros. Like, you start taking liking only those pictures. And she could be like, do you have something to tell me? Are you gay?
Oh, the gym bro pictures?
Yeah, those guys that are just working out and that's all you like.
They always have an issue, huh?
Yeah.
But they just want, like I said, feminine energy is drama. They just want to stir something up.
That is drama, man.
Do you ever start a fight for fun?
For fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Just to see what I could get away with.
Do you? This is like, you know what? I'm gonna be in touch with my feminine energy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go start a fight.
You fight with your spouse?
Yeah.
No, like just to poke at them, just to see their reaction, just for fun. You know what I mean? Just to say something, just to say. You're in control still, so you're just jabbing at them just to get their emotions going. Sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, so like if your girl always get mad at you and liking other
would
girls'
that be
picture,
considered toxic femininity or toxic masculinity?
So
I don't know.
Let me go back to the story.
I don't know.
One time, whatever song comes on that shows like let me see that, like a
yeah.
You see a thong and a girl dancing, right?
Yeah.
So one day there was a video of that on Instagram. So I was laying on the couch and I'm watching this. With her mind, she's like, here this motherfucker go again, watching big booty girls jumping to let me see that thong. But really, it was another clip of something else. It was just a song. So when I turned around, right, when she came, she's like, let me see you. Like, she came around, grabbed my phone. I was like, ha, 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 ha. It was got him, right? Oh, you thought I was watching Big Booty. And then I sat there and played 3 times. I was like, let me. So
but you were watching the real thing.
Yeah. Just didn't see the other part, right? I was like, oh, man. But then it was like, let me see the time. 3 times? She goes, really? You got to watch it 3 times? I go, yeah, it's a cool ass video. I like watching this. But really, it wasn't nothing. It was just somebody cooking and stuff, Put the song on.
I don't know. I guess I'm different because I don't hide the fact that, I'm a guy, right? And I'm attracted to these women. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean I'm going to go and fuck around with them.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a fucking guy. Like, I can't be a guy. Yep. Like, I can't do what I need to do. Like, yeah, if something happened to you, you want me to protect you and go violent and mean and shit and fuck the other guy up that's hurting you.
Right.
Why can't I be the other part of me? You know what I mean?
The thing is, because a lot of guys didn't have this conversation of who they really are with their women. They are still in that boyfriend image, like, saying, oh yeah, I don't look at other girls. I only have
they're
eyes
lying.
for you.
Yeah. They're not being truthful.
They're still trying to uphold that image when they aren't. Because like for me, I was upfront since the beginning.
The good boy image.
So I have staring problem. And I just do.
I just stare at big titties, big ass.
That worked for you.
Well, and I was just telling them upfront, like, hey, this is me. I'm not going to change.
So
can you accept that? And if you can't, then just know that we're not going to go far because I can't control it. I have a staring problem.
So you see cleavage.
Cleavage.
You can't function.
You can't. I mean, you got a staring problem. You and your spouse next door, and this lady is just talking to y'all. What do you do?
I talk like this, like I'm lazy eye.
Lazy eye?
I guess that's different because I'm more direct. I'm like, all right, lady, you have your titties showing at me. You didn't cover it up, like.
Well, there's a lot of bigger problems
But I think the girls, if you're more direct and honest with it, I think they take it more like, okay, yeah.
I tell my spouse that she knows that too. She just feel like, no, Lucky, it's still disrespectful. You shouldn't have to look at the women that way. It's not women. I'm looking at the song or the music or stuff. They're working out, whatever. That's what I'm doing. That there's nothing wrong with that. They ain't next to me. I will say that.
So she's saying it's disrespectful to check out other girls.
Yeah.
So is it disrespectful for you to masturbate to a porn?
No, that is true. That is disrespectful.
That's very disrespectful. That is very disrespectful.
Fuck, I ain't getting your shit. I'm gonna go fucking masturbate at home.
Do other women get upset when their men do that? We love to hear from you.
I think like 90% would.
Oh man, we're gonna get all these comments again, man. Oh, Lord.
It did. I mean, the guys get jealous too.
Yes, they do.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah, they do.
Insecure guys, maybe.
Yes, definitely. Remember, we're not talking about us. Other guys.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, a lot of other guys that's married, like, are they comfortable with their wife or girlfriend going up to other guys or looking at other guys, liking other guys' pictures?
Or like another guy making your girl laugh.
Yes.
Oh.
A lot of guy hates me.
That's why you have a lot of haters, Charles.
Man, that's very interesting. I know there's a few guys that won't even let their wives go out with the girls alone.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that. Yep,
I see a lot of that, and they follow. They're like, I'm gonna be you're gonna be over here. I'm gonna be parking right here waiting for you.
The guys did that.
The guys do that. That's how insecure they are, man. And
I think that's more feminine energy within them.
Within them.
Yeah, because they feel insecure.
Yeah, because there's couples where the guys can't go out with guys and the girls can't go out with girls.
What? No way.
Yeah,
they gotta go together.
Yeah, they gotta go together.
Why is that?
Yeah, like even if the guy is going out with like his best friend and you know that the friends are safe, they're still like, no, you guys can't.
Yeah.
So is it more like I don't want you to go because you're gonna get in trouble type of thing, or
they don't
like
trust
a
them.
control? It's more. It comes down to control, man. Yeah.
Because they feel like, I could control my spouse at home, but when he's out of my sight or she's out of my sight,
man,
she might be
that.
doing that. Yeah.
Imagine that, right? Like you're in a relationship where you're just together, and then when somebody goes out, they're gonna go crazy. Shit,
Yeah.
go strip club, go, wherever.
And I've been out with those guys. They don't go crazy. They're too busy worrying about what their wife's gonna say or get mad at them.
Dude, maybe this is another thing. GPS. How do you guys feel about women saying, give me your location?
I send it to them. I don't care.
Send it? Yeah. I don't have a problem.
I don't have GPS or anything like that.
It's in your phone, bro.
Yeah, it's
in your phone.
It's on the phone.
Yeah, but don't you got to hook it up though?
No.
No, all they got to do is send you
a location.
Yeah, location. Give me your location. And you hit that button, whatever.
Well, I mean, but mine's not on though. Like, it's not always on for them to see where I'm at. But if she wants to know where I'm at, like.
So you had your GPS on?
No, it's off.
It's off.
Yeah, it's off.
So she can't figure out where you're at.
No, I mean, because to me it's like.
But see that I think feel like when someone gets an opportunity to know your location, it feeds in to their insecurities.
Yeah.
Right. My spouse doesn't have that. No. I tell her I'm going gym. If I go somewhere else, that's my fault.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But it feeds into that energy. So women, do you do that to your men? Get their location?
Fuck
and
that,
is that
man.
important?
If a girl want to know my GPS, I'm like, nope, we ain't working out next.
There you go.
Yeah. Well,
you
but
know
then
what I mean?
My family, their GPS is on, so I know where they're at.
Yeah, for safety.
For safety.
Yeah.
Like,
but like for them too, it's like, okay, I don't need to know where you're at. You're a big girl. You're a grown girl. You can take care of yourself. If you telling me you're going to the movie, okay, you're going to the movie.
Yep.
What am I gonna say?
Exactly.
If I say I'm going to, you're a big girl. You're not a little kid. For me to babysit you. And that GPS and all that, man, that's some little kid stuff.
Trust, man. You gotta have trust.
You gotta have trust.
You gotta have trust.
If you don't trust your spouse, significant other, wife, girlfriend, me annoy, poor annoy, whatever it is.
Did you know that 80% of women, 80, want a location from their
80%?
Wait, where's the stats coming from?
The stats is coming from a relationship, something I read.
80% want their location.
80% women want their location.
We should do a study of this at Spidey Fest.
You should.
Let's just ask 100 women and 100 men.
The women in here know. Some of them are already looking at the location right now. They know where their spouse is at.
Oh, he's right next to me.
He's right next to me. He's right next to me. So let us know.
He better be right next to me.
Hey, he's here physically. What about on his mentally? Where is he at?
Ooh.
I think it's more of a control thing. It
is
comes down to control. It comes down to power struggle. Who has the power in the relationship?
Even if you're not even cheating.
Yeah.
You still got to give a location? Come on, man. That don't make no sense.
I learned, man, these women, they try to domesticate their men. And they say, well, I'm going to settle for this guy, but I'm going to try to make him Prince Charming. I'm going to train him in a way to where he's going to do all these things. But fuck,
man.
You can't change the man.
You can't change him, man.
Nah, you can't.
So basically, they never accepted the man that they were with.
No, they settled.
Yeah.
They settled. They settled.
Yeah, they settled.
They settled, thinking they could change that person.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work out.
My wife would try as hard as she wants. I'm not going to be 6 feet. I'm going to stay at 5'6".
But they do make shoes that will give you that extra.
Yeah.
I seen it.
The elevator shoes.
The
elevator shoes.
Is it? Yeah.
It's like
Back of the sole, right? In the back of the sole,
sole.
it goes up 2-3 inches.
Oh, damn, Charles. You look like you grew.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. Man, that's very interesting, dude, because when I read that, I was like, no way. Well, I'm a part of that 20% then.
Yeah, I'm going to look for that 20%. So if you're a 20% girl, I'm going to look for you. I'm going to ask you, are you part of that 80% or 20%?
I think it just feeds into the insecurity, man.
Now,
Yeah.
we're talking about social media.
Yeah.
So what did women get mad back in the days when social media wasn't around?
What did they get mad at?
Oh, with the men? Yeah. Like, what happened, huh? Because, when social media wasn't around, you looked at someone funny. You gave her the eyes.
Yeah.
Or you wrote a poem or something in class. You did a role play in class with her.
If you wrote somebody a poem, I'll be mad too.
You took time.
You took time to think. I don't know what it was. I'm just thinking out loud.
There's
like,
no chat GPT back then.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. What? How do you get the women upset when you didn't have no social media back then?
Because I know girls get mad about something back then.
Damn.
They had to be.
They had to be mad about something.
And the strip club. The girls get mad at the strip club.
Why?
I don't know.
We're just trying to help support people go through nursing classes and dental
That's what I'm saying. Those nurses that you see that's helping, saving your life, we help them put them through college.
They're mostly strippers are nurses, nursing students?
Nurses, dental hygienists, and realtors.
That's a 3 occupation. Wow. That's pretty amazing, dude. I didn't know that.
Dude, you know how many realtors have OnlyFans?
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, for real?
I don't know, man. Like,
next strip club I go to, I'm definitely gonna ask them.
Try to buy a house.
Are you a nurse? Just a student working to pay your house, pay off your loan? That's what I'm gonna ask them now.
Well, if you are, here's an extra 5.
Yeah.
oh man.
But is that like that feminine energy, right? Going back to the feminine energy and masculine energy, man. That feminine energy is very. It to us, when we're more masculine, is very alluring to us, right? Where we have no choice but to be drawn to that thing, And the women, they fault us for that, and it's like, damn, man, what are we supposed to do? We're just guys, Same thing with girls, like they can't see, from a guy's perspective, unless they're really masculine, right? Unless they have more masculine energy, then they kind of understand, like what we go through. But really, like, we have to have value for us, in order to be something.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
We have to train, man. We have to go through these hard times in order for us to be strong.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember, like you said, that masculine energy had to be taught or learned.
Yeah. So that's why back then, man, in ancient cultures and this and that, man, they have the hero's journey.
Mm-hmm. Right? What's the hero's journey?
So the hero's journey in a lot of culture, they put the boys through these trials that they have to try to survive. They have to try to, learn how to cultivate that energy, these challenges that they have to face before they could even be considered a man in that village,
Yeah.
And I think a lot of our culture has gone away from all of that, or there's no right of way, there's rite of passage for men, right? I mean, look at our culture back then, we had gangs. That was kind of the rite of passage for
for sure
for many men, right? Like
Yeah.
going through it to become more masculine. But women, it's innate with them, they go through their rite of passage, with their period and this and that to become women already, But for us, dude, we have to go through these challenges,
So what about these guys that we talked about with toxic masculinity? How could they learn to control or stop making it toxic?
They have to have mentors. That's why, in our culture right now in America, they talk about it's important to have a father figure in the home. Yeah. Very important. It doesn't matter if he's, like a good father or not. As long as the father's there, I forgot there's a study that they did. The kids become more successful.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And you have to have that father figure and a mentor. You have to find, they're very important, in development of kids. So I don't know. That's just me, I guess.
Very, very interesting topics, man.
Because me and Toby still have not come to conclusion what the toxic masculinity is.
Yeah, what is that?
So to me, now after listening to you, so for me, what would be toxic masculinity is when you can't control your feminine energy inside, that you have to overdo on the masculine energy to try to take control.
Say that again?
So when a guy can't control his feminine energy, his emotions, his chaos, and he tried to overpower it by using more masculinity.
So he could have control.
Then would that be considered toxic masculinity?
Man, I don't like that term.
Fuck what you like.
Term, but that term, it just has a derogatory meaning to it, right? That it's toxic, like it's bad, and it comes down to...
Well, it's the same thing with the word chaos. It sounds bad.
Chaos is not bad. You need chaos.
Yeah.
Like chaos and destruction and all that. You need all of that.
But it sounds bad, though.
It's like that tree, right?
What tree?
The sequoias. In order for them to grow and seed, they have to be they have to go through a fire, and it burns the tree, and then the seed drops in order for them to plant produce. That's how they produce. They have to go through destruction in order to create. You know, and I think that we're looking at it as, oh, this is bad to be destructive. It's bad to be chaotic. It's not. You need both in order to sustain life.
Yeah. So, I know you don't like the word toxic, but that's what we're talking about, and that's what a lot of people are using. So we're just going to have to...
Charles he's trying to get his point across.
Basically, I don't care if you like the word or not.
Toxic.
But let's just say that's what people are talking about when they're asking us to talk about toxic masculinity.
Okay. I like the term dark would be better, right? Okay. Shadow, right? That would be a better...
So, okay, ladies, for Toby to be happy, we're not going to use the word toxic.
Don't use the word toxic.
We're going to... identify as dark masculinity.
Dark masculinity. Or
Charles,
shadow.
you don't like chaos.
I didn't say I don't like chaos.
Oh, I thought you like...
I'm just saying the word chaos, destruction.
Yeah. It's like when you're fucking, right? Would that be order or would that be chaos? I'm asking you.
Wait, when you're fucking?
When you're fucking and you're pulling your girl's hair and you're bending her over and you're doing all that, would that be considered chaos and destruction, or would that be considered order?
I would say order.
Order.
That would be order?
Chaos.
Yeah. But you're unleashing everything and you're pulling your hair. You're like,
I'd be order because I'm conquering.
Huh?
It would be considered
But it's
conquering.
still destruction, right?
Yeah.
It's still chaos because you have to unleash all that emotion and all that stuff there. Now, us as guy, when we're fucking, we have to try to contain all of that stuff, to keep it from going out. Because when it goes out, you're going to get bruises.
So is that why girls can have multiple orgasms and guys can't?
Probably.
Because they can let go of their emotion more than we can.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, man. They can let go. Us, we can't. We can't let go, but you can.
To me, the only reason I kept going back because we're trying to address toxic masculine energy.
Right.
So if you don't like the word, then let's change it up to...
Well, let's leave it for the girls to explain to us what is considered toxic to them, right?
Okay.
Like
what's considered toxic?
Yeah, what's considered toxic? Because to me, I see both as necessary.
Yeah, they are.
Right, I see as necessary forms of energy that is needed, but what is considered toxic? When does it become bad? Is it because when you lose control, does you get more of one than the other?
Well, to me, it would be bad when you lose, my definition now would be you lost control of your emotion, the feminine energy. You can't control that no more. Yeah. So you're trying to use one energy to control the other one.
Right.
So it could go vice versa.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
I think that's a definitely question for the ladies or even the men too. We love to get some more men to comment on some of this because
guys, where you at?
We quiet, man. Like we the only Asian guys talking shit.
And we all get in trouble for it.
Yeah. They're taking the heat for you guys.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what?
Man.
I'm gonna go easy on these guys because they can't even like girls' photos on Instagram.
You know, I'm gonna go home just to comment, just to see what they would say.
Man, great conversation. We definitely want to hear from you guys, and I think for Shawty 619, is it 916? 916. We
I think she's
appreciate
from Sacramento. 916 is Sacramento, maybe?
right? Or San Diego.
Power deduction would be
Yeah. One of those
Sacramento,
cities.
yeah.
It has an S in it. Whatever, San Diego or Sacramento.
Maybe
They both
Stockton.
got S's in it.
Maybe Stockton.
Stockton 916.
Salinas?
Oh no,
619.
Stockton's 209, huh?
Yeah, Stockton's 209.
Yeah.
So it's probably Sacramento then.
Yeah, Sacramento.
Yeah, Sacramento
you're right.
916.
Yeah, we appreciate that so much. You know, if you have any other topic or any suggestion, please leave it in the comment box, okay?
Right.
Man, that was a great
That was
conversation,
pretty, yeah.
great education.
And we're gonna touch this topic again because we could go on and on for this forever.
On and on.
And one day, me and Toby will see eye to eye and see the same definition. But for today, we're just gonna let it be.
Let it be. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Please check out our TikTok channel. Follow us on Facebook, our IG as well. We're pretty active. And also watch the video on YouTube. You know, it's very important that we get those comments and views on YouTube as well. That would definitely support us.
That's right. The reel doesn't really justify what
Right.
we're saying because they're just really small clips.
Small
right?
clips.
But the bigger conversation is on
It's
YouTube.
on YouTube, and you want to check it out because you get the full conversation, the interaction between us three, as we are trying to educate, explore, and have conversations. You get the full clip, and it's usually an hour long. So check that out, guys.
Yep.
All right, thank you guys.
All right,
guys.
peace
Thanks.
out.
Peace out.